Neto. Next up, he's from Canada. Here's an interesting stat about this guy. Levi Klatt is the 2023 Hangtown 100 winner here, a great motorcycle race in the Sacramento area, and a Ducati motorcycle in your first 410 sprint car season. How's it going so far?
Learning a lot. It's been definitely tough getting up to speed, but I'm hoping to learn a whole lot these next 4 or 5 days with this absolutely bad, fast field. So just getting used to it.
There you go, the driver of the 77 car, Levi Klatt. Next up, the driver of the Bates-Hamilton team. You kind of running an off and on schedule with NARC this year, but you always have been fast.
Yeah, no, we're learning a lot, as a team. So looking forward to get, a lot of races in a row this week. So we're super excited to be here. Can't thank all your fans for coming out. Man, it's a packed crowd. So hopefully we can do our jobs as drivers tonight and put on a good show for you guys.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's the driver of the 21L car. Give it up for Landon Brooks. Mariah E. She's currently in the top 10 in NARC points. You made a goal here to race the entire NARC season. How's it going so far as a rookie?
It's been going pretty good. We've been battling some issues, especially right now. My dad's back at the pit trying to figure it out. But hopefully the rest of the weekend goes good, and can't thank all the fans for coming out tonight.
There you go, the driver of the 14 car. Give it up for Mariah Eade. All right, race fans, I'm looking for a big applause on this one. Last year we were at this track. We had an ugly incident down there in turn 3. Give it up for Angelique Bell. She's got $1 million smile on her face, and that's absolutely awesome. We had a great article on NARC 410 done by Michael Gilmer, and you kind of laid it all out of what happened on that night. Do you have any PTSD or anything like that?
I was a little nervous coming into tonight, I'm not going to lie, but I'm just really happy to be out here, and, hopefully we can just finish the race. That's my goal for tonight, get a little redemption going, so.
There you go. She's a driver of the 551. Give it up for Angelique Bell. Dominic Gordon, the winner of the recent Dave Bradway Junior race at Placerville, led all 40 laps. That's one of those bucket list races. You're just killing it.
Yeah, no, that was a tough one, and it just felt like it would never end. But we had a fast car, and not so much at Chico, but hopefully we can carry Placerville speed over into tonight.
Well, good luck tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, he drives the 10 car, Dominic Gordon. Next up, the driver of the 27C car. He's from Medford. He is a 2024 Bigfoot winner in a dwarf car. And mixing it up with the 410s, you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. Make some laps, learn. A lot of fast guys. I'm excited for this week.
All right, we wish you a lot of luck. He drives, once again, the driver of the 27C car. Give it up for Camden Robustelli. The tallest driver on the NARC Tour, Caden Steele, winner at Tulare earlier in the year. That was your first win. You're a former NARC Rookie of the Year. You're moving forward, trying to make great things happen.
Yeah, we had a pretty slow start in qualifying tonight. We didn't turn as good laps as we hoped, and we also weren't the best on this tour last year. So hopefully we can turn that around in the heat race and have a good rest of the week, have some speed for the rest of the up to Dirt Cup.
There you go. Give it up for Caden Steele, driver of the 121 car. And how about this? The guy from Canada, he is the fastest man at Southern Oregon Speedway. Give it up for Robbie Price. Well, you won your very first NARC feature last year during this series of races. What's it going to take for you to get number 2 or 3 or 4?
I don't know. We'll find out. We're pretty good there qualifying. Toe draw helped, went out pretty early. Hopefully we didn't peak early tonight, but I got a good car, a good group of guys behind me, and we seem to be rolling pretty good. So hopefully we can put a couple of these nights together.
All right, we wish you good luck. Ladies and gentlemen, Robbie Price, driver of the 21P car. Next up. All right, here we go. Making a return to the United States. We need a big USA welcome for the one and only James McFadden. Well, you've won 12 World of Outlaws races, 3 high-limit races. You won 3 Grand Champion events in Australia. I think you got 1 NARC win. You're chasing a fastest 5 days title here. What do you think so far?
Yeah, awesome to be here. Obviously, thank you to Tommy and Tom Tartan and the whole Tartan family for shooting me over here for the week. It's going to be a lot of fun. I love this time of the year when I race high limits. So, yeah, I can't wait to get going. This track looks awesome. It looks like a lot of fun. My car's pretty decent for the first time we hit the track. So, yeah, excited to see what we do.
We said earlier in the pits that we're going to learn a little Australian language stuff. So what is our Australian word of the day?
Esky. Esky's a cooler, the thing you put your beer in, I guess. So we call it an esky. It's one of my favorite things.
There you go. He would know. James McFadden, driver of the 21 Tarleton car. Give it up. Hey, James. That way. He's from Australia. It's okay. Go over there and there we go. All right, race fans, you guys know who this is. This is probably going to be the loudest cheer of the night. I normally only get this kind of cheer when my wife does it when I take out the garbage or something. Give it up for your very own Tanner Holmes. Man, they love you here, and I know you love it here. You're always quick here. I got your first win. We joked earlier you got a 13-lapper here, and you got a 20-lapper in Tulare, and you're looking for a 30-lapper tonight.
Yeah, that's the plan. Just feels really good to be here. You know, the racetrack's really starting to shape up, and just nice to have we're 1-4-10-10 show here each season, and it's great how the fans show up and show out, and I think this might be our biggest crowd of the week, so hopefully the rest of the week's ready.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. Your local. He's trying to beat up on the NARC horse, Tanner Holmes. Here's a guy that's got two first names. I always get it confused with Corey Blaine and Blaine Corey, driving the Ridgecrest Holmes car. You were quick in qualifying.
Yeah, not bad. I'm just learning. This is my fourth 410 race, so I don't really expect much, but that was pretty cool going out and going third quick, and hopefully I can just have a decent run tonight and keep everything together. Thanks for all you fans coming out. It's awesome to see the home track just packed.
Ladies and gentlemen, Blaine Corey, driver of the 5K car. All right, I got to give this driver some credit. He used to tool around in Northern California racing, but he was one of the smart people to leave California and move to Oregon. Jake, how's it going so far?
It feels good. Finally get a race with these guys again. It's been probably 6 or 7 years. I just got out of California because I couldn't keep up with the budget these guys race with. So we're going to try it again this week, and we'll see how it goes.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen, Jake Wheeler, driver of the 22K car. All right, next up, our 2024 NARC champion. He won last week at the David Tartar Memorial. I think he's got 25 NARC wins. He's got over 200 career sprint car wins, and he treats every victory like it's first one.
Yeah, I guess so. Start off a little slow tonight. It's going to be a little tough. Got to win the heat race. It's going to be when these mics that are like this that are echoed, it really screws me up. But just want to thank all of your fans for coming out, and hopefully you have a good night. And got to win the heat race. That's all it is, and we'll take it on from there.
There you go. Justin Sanders knows what he needs to do. Driver of the Mitri Construction 2X car. All right, here it is, 2004 NARC champion. That seems like such a long time ago. Sean Becker, first time you've been on this trip here. You haven't seen too many of these tracks very often.
Yeah, absolutely. Haven't been to Oregon to race the sprint car in a long time. I won a go-kart race or two way back there a long time ago. So, it's nice to get out of the California weather into this beautiful state and looking to have a fun week.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. He drives the 7B car. Give it up for Sean Becker. Here's another local here, Tyler Thompson. I think with show-up points, I think as a rookie, he is currently second in NARC points. He's set a couple fast time awards. He's hunting for that first NARC win. What do you think about this place? Can it happen here?
I don't know. We didn't qualify too good tonight, but no, I think we have a good car, and we've been pretty consistent. We're just going to have to pass some cars tonight.
There you go. We wish you good luck. Driver of the 35K M car. Give it up for Tyler Thompson. John Clark here. We missed you the last couple weeks. You kind of made this a family vacation where you have to work really hard, but it seems like everybody in your trailer is here to have a good time.
Yeah. We try to plan this week early in the season, and hopefully this year we make this week better.
Well, we wish you luck. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for, he drives the 12J car. It's John Clark. Gage Garcia, the guy knows how to do the Macarena in the car, if you guys have seen that. That was Dominic? You guys should be brothers, twins, whatever. Gage Garcia, you're having a off and on, up and down season here, but you keep fighting back. I think you're in top 10 in points either way.
Yeah, I just really got to figure it out early in the night. Man, Justin was right about that. It's pretty tough. Just got to figure it out early in the night and time in a little bit better. We, struggled again in qualifying tonight, and it kind of seems to be the story of my life, having to run through the field to get a good finish every night. So we'll just figure that out and get a little better.
There he is, the driver of the 2K car. Give it up for Gage Garcia. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. Nick Parker, all the way from Tucson, Arizona. Hard not to notice you got a 4-time NARC champion in your pit area as your crew chief.
Yeah, having Steven and Kyle Hurst with Tyner Hurst Enterprise, good bunch of guys that know what they're doing. So doing my best to not embarrass them. But, that wasn't a great qualifying lap, but looking to make a couple spots in the heat.
There you go. Give it up for Nick Parker, all the way from Tucson, Arizona, in the 15 car. And last and definitely not least, driver of the 29 car. He's the 2017 NARC champion, part of the Kading dynasty. How's it going, bud?
Same old story. Didn't time in very well again tonight, but I don't know. That's kind of the way it's been going lately. I just got to get up on the wheel a little more, I think, in qualifying and try to get a better starting spot to assure us a better finishing spot.
All right, well, we wish you luck. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Bud Kading, driver of the 29 car. And there you have it. There are your drivers from the fastest 5 days in motorsports. Up to you in the box, Andrew.
Just a quick announcement here for our fans at the track. 50-50, $1,248 already. Get your 50-50 tickets. TNT Cheer selling tickets tonight. And we've got a special treat coming up for you in a few minutes. And going to pass it to Andrew as we get ready to toss some Frisbees here.
Well, we're going to do the anthems first here, but go ahead and do we got our invocation to do here.
Okay, we're going to do the Frisbees after. Got it.
Yes.
Okay, well, we can definitely do that. Ladies and gentlemen, first off, welcome to the Southern Oregon Speedway to see the NARC 410 Sprint cars tonight, the Northwest Focus Midgets. And we want to welcome you and thank you so much for coming out to our track here. If we could ask you all to rise to your feet here, we're going to start you off with the invocation this evening. And we ask that you go ahead and remove your hats here as we get ready for the national anthem. But first, if you'd like to join us in prayer, feel free to do so as we bow our heads and ask our Lord and Savior to watch over each and every one of us tonight. Of course, all of the crew that came here with NARC to put on this excellent event for us. And Lord, we just ask that you watch over all of our drivers, all of our safety crew, all of our volunteers and great workers with the Southern Oregon Motorsports team. And how about the best fans in the world right here at the Southern Oregon Speedway? We ask that you not only watch over us tonight here at the racetrack, but also as these drivers and fans follow the fastest 5 days in motorsports up I-5 for what looks to be an excellent week of racing here, Lord. And we just ask that you get us all home safely tonight and watch over them as they travel over the next week or so here. And in your name we pray, amen. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pass it back over to Andrew as we deliver not one, not two, but three national anthems.
Yes, and as is tradition here in sprint car racing, we have visitors from another country. We play their anthem here, and we have visitors from Australia and Canada here. So if y'all would please remain standing. First up, Advance Australia, fare the anthem of Australia.
Australians, all let us rejoice, for we are young and free. With golden soil and well taught, our home is good by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gift of beauty, rich and rare. In history's page, let every state advance Australia fair. In joyful strains, then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
And please remain standing for the national anthem of our ally, neighbor, and friend to the north, Canada.
And ladies and gentlemen, if we can direct your attention to the top of the announcer tower where our big American flag is up there, we have 13-year-old Bentley Houck to play an acoustic version of our national anthem. Year-old Bentley Houck on the acoustic guitar up on top of the announcer tower. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Southern Oregon Speedway for the NARC 410 Sprint Cars and the Northwest Focus Midgets. My name is Jason Allen alongside Andrew Kunis.
And here come the Frisbees, part of the Red Rose Transportation Frisbee promotion. Everyone autographed those Frisbees, but some of them are specially marked. Oh, one of them just hit the scores window next to us here. Watch out here.
If we had open windows, I almost could have snagged that one.
But check those Frisbees. Some of you are going to win some prizes here. They are specially marked that flat out say you want a prize. Ignore an autograph. Keep it as a souvenir. If it's just autographed, you didn't win anything. But some of you have won coloring books. Some of you have won some T-shirts. And one of you is winning $50 from Red Rose Transportation. If you have one of those Frisbees, come here to the announce booth and claim your prize.
Race fans down here once again with one of your favorite drivers. Well, something I just found out a couple seconds or minutes ago. Today is Tanner Holmes' birthday.
Oh, shit.
So we're going to do something we haven't done at an NARC event, and I know you Southern Oregon fans will do it, and because we're going to do some cheesy stuff. So we're all going to sing happy birthday to Tanner. What do you think? So with that, let's embarrass a guy. Here we go. Ready? Happy birthday to you. Awesome.
Let's go places. Also, thanks to our friends at Bi-Mart for sponsoring tonight's race and supporting the Southern Oregon Speedway all season. You can see the banners of all of our great sponsors: HD Plumbing, Snyder Creek Development, Cintas, Central Welding Supply, Flatworks Concrete, Gage Construction, Wilson Equipment, Rentals and Sales, IBEW Local 659, Bi-Mart Hogue Roofing, and Mountain View Fence. All in the infield there, and banners throughout the Speedway. Those are the business supporting dirt track racing in Southern Oregon. We greatly appreciate your support. So many great, wonderful people here. Our friends from Central Welding Supply holding a great event yesterday. And man, I am fired up for tonight's action here as we get ready for the Northwest Focus Midgets and get ready to welcome them out on the track here momentarily. All the cars, 13-year-old Bentley Houck on the acoustic guitar up on top of the announcer tower. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Southern Oregon Speedway for the NARC 410 Sprint Cars and the Northwest Focus Midgets. Get ready to welcome them out on the track here momentarily. All the cars, Going to be in heat race number 1. Then we're going to send them off and bring them back and fully invert the field here for the Northwest Focus Midgets. Up front, it'll be Nick Evans and Brad Pritchard on row number 1. Chad Kincaid, Shane Smith, row 2. Ashley Thompson and Randy Schaff, row number 3. Michael Volbrecht and Doug Davenport, row number 4. Thomas Beck and Tyler Luce in row number 5. And bringing up the rear, Gary Wagoner. 11 cars, 8 laps for the first round of heat races for the Northwest Focus Midgets. As I mentioned, this one based off qualifying. Second heat race for the Midgets, going to fully invert the field and run a second heat race. Who's excited to see the Northwest Focus Midgets here at the Southern Oregon Speedway? So it'll be Nick Evans and Brad Pritchard on the front row, leading the field out of turn number 4. Green flag is out, and we are underway for our first heat race of the evening. Nick Evans jumps to the early lead here as he works his way through turns 3 and 4, out of 4, and he starts to pull away just a little bit from your second and third place cars, and that is Brad Pritchard and Chad Kincaid as the field starts to space out just a little bit down the back straightaway. Evans with a great start to this heat race. It'll be 2 laps complete when they reach the flag stand, and Evans starting to put it on the rest of the field already. So Nick Evans, your race leader, followed by the 41B. And that is Brad Pritchard. So this will be 3 laps complete with 5 more to go. As the gap as they pass the flag stand was 1.526 seconds, and Evans absolutely looking fantastic out there in front as we've got a battle shaping up for second, third, and fourth. So Evans continues to lead the way now. That last time by the flag stand, almost a 2-second gap. That gap just continues to increase here as he's feeling his way around the Southern Oregon Speedway in an excellent manner, and he checks off lap number 5, 3 more to go.
Nick Evans, the all-time winningest driver with the Northwest Focus Midget Series. Again, winner of over 60 main events in his career. Was leading a lot of last year's feature before hitting the wall one too many times and popping a tire. Looking for a little bit of redemption here this evening in Medford. And right now he is leading by 2.5 seconds here in this first heat race. He's getting the white flag from Ed Entz. One more time around for Nick Evans.
So far it's been smooth sailing for Nick Evans. He's got a nice comfortable lead. He's continued to increase that gap almost 3 seconds. It was 2.808 seconds the gap last time as he works his way out of turn number 4. He'll take the checkered flag, your winner Nick Evans, and we've got a battle for third shaping up here as Pritchard going to finish second, and they rip through the line there. Going to be Ashley Thompson third, Shane Smith fourth, Chad Kincaid fifth, Randy Schaff finishing 6th, Tyler Luce 7th, 8th going to Doug Davenport, 9th it'll be Thomas Beck, Gary Wagoner 10th, and Michael Volbrecht rounding out the field in 11th.
And Ashley Thompson there beating her fiance for that third spot there. So that's it for their first heat race. Everyone's going to come back out for another heat race later on for the Focus Midgets. There'll be a complete invert of their first heat race.
Is that Tyler Luce that has come to a stop at the bottom?
Yes, that is Tyler Luce in the In-Laws 32. He is their guest driver this week. And that is not a good sign.
By the way, a couple of more check-ins. We've got Arizona now, Andrew. We've got New Zealand. Of course, we mentioned Oregon, Nevada, Australia, Illinois, Kansas, Indiana, Alberta, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Oklahoma, Hawaii, Colorado, and California all checking in so far. At least I started compiling a list here because I think it'll be fun throughout the night to see where we have people watching FloRacing as we welcome you into the broadcast here at the Southern Oregon Speedway on a beautiful Wednesday evening in June. And what a treat to have so many fans here on a Wednesday night.
Yeah, great crowd here. I peeked outside the back door when handing away some of the goodies here. That $50 was claimed here, all but one of the shirts here. We got a couple coloring books here still. But just like that, the first of our 3 heat races on the Speedway, staging right now for the NARC King of the West 410 Sprint Cars. Heat race number 1 brought to you by Brown & Miller Racing Solutions. BMRS is a leader in the motorsports industry, manufacturing racing components that consistently deliver top quality products and services while pushing for continuous improvement. For more information, go to bmrs.net. And here is your lineup for your first heat race of the evening. On the pole in the Billy Aton Racing 26 from Benicia, California, Kistler Powered XXX chassis. Sponsored by Legacy Glass, Redline Oil, Transport Products Unlimited, Billy Aton Painting, MTFX Graphics, and DNS Services. This is Billy Aton. Outside of him, in the Gary Selzy Motorsports 41 from Fresno, California, Kistler Powered Maxim Chassis, sponsored by Selzy Enterprises, Red Rose Transportation, Whipple Superchargers, Redline Oil, and Sparco, the two-time NARC champion, Dominic Selzy. Starting third, in the 42 driver development number 10 from Clovis, California, rider-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Gary Silva Ranches, Silva's All Natural Beef, JI Apparel, JB Critchley, Mid-Valley Financial, MPD Racing, and Kading Performance. He won the Dave Bradway Jr. Memorial the other weekend. It's Dominic Gordon. Starting fourth, from Cobble Hill, British Columbia, in the Robin Lee Layton 21P in a Shark-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Malahat Auto Recycling, Saratoga Motorsports Park, Shark Racing Engines, Grinders, Automotive, and Cow Creek Mining. Your quick qualifier this evening, the Cobble Hill Cutie, Robbie Price. Starting in fifth, in the Maine Motorsports 35 KM from Harrisburg, Oregon, a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Cal Maine Motorsports, Ham Construction, A-Main Trucking, it's Tyler Thompson. Starting sixth in the Pro Racing 15 car from Tucson, Arizona, a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Parker Automotive, Metal Tech Fabrications, Tyner Hurst Enterprise, TDR Concepts, and Kens and Leslie BG Oil and Lube, it's Nick Parker. Starting seventh in the Clat Racing 77 from Langley, British Columbia, in the Favre-powered XXX chassis, sponsored by Chilliwack Ford, Capstone Plastering, Coxwell Cox, Orca Auto Sales, and Race Car Illustrated, it's Levi Klatt. And starting eighth, in the Nate Johnson 22K from Central Point, Oregon, in a Snodder-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by Sealing Specialty, Smith Motorsports, and Cook Crane, it's Jake Wheeler. That's your lineup for Brown & Miller Racing Solutions, heat race number 1. And we get a quick hot lap in.
I want to say a quick hello to Charles, checking in from San Antonio, Texas. Also, Paul watching in, we'll call it Burns Mill, Missouri. I don't know if I got that correct or not, but I'm not that familiar with Missouri. We appreciate you checking in on FloRacing. So we'll add 2 more states to the list.
Young Merrick Pipe, dwarf car and micro sprint racer, tuning in from Colorado. And our colleague, our friend Josh Tomlinson, the voice of the Douglas County Dirt Track in Roseburg, we will be tomorrow night. He's tuned in as well on FloRacing. Looking forward to hang out with Josh tomorrow up there in Roseburg.
Also, one of the messages we got from the Lismore NSW Australia, Darren McFadden, sending a message in.
Oh, cool. New South Wales, as the Toyota Pace vehicle leaves the track. Ed Entz, NARC's flagman, gives them the one to go. Got one question for you, race fans. Are you ready for the sprint car races? The only time all season we'll see 410s here at Southern Oregon Speedway. First of 3 heat races tonight for the NARC King of the West 410 sprint cars. Billy Aton and Dominic Selzy will lead the way. 410 sprint cars racing here in Medford. Great start by Dominic Selzy. Shoots out to the lead. And he's going to take lap number 1. Big slider thrown by Nick Parker further back. Racing with Dominic Gordon for position. 2 for 1. Here, look at this battle for the 4th spot. 3-car battle. Tyler Thompson, 35 km into the mix with Gordon and Parker. Dominic Selzy way out into fourth at Tinkoff for Nick Parker and Tyler Thompson. Now Price, all he has to do is finish top 5. He's going to be locked into the dash. There's the quick qualifier in this group. And Dominic Selzy looking to get into the dash by winning this heat race. And right now, Dominic Selzy leading by 1.2 seconds over Billy Ayton, looking to get into the Beacon Wealth Strategies Raymond James Trophy Dash later on here. The lead is now 1.4 seconds for Billy Ayton. Price is running in third, just wants to stay in the top 5 and get into the dash. And just a couple laps to go in this first 8-lap heat race. White flag from Ed Entz coming out. He is cruising. Down the back stretch for the last time. Making his way through 3. And out of 4. Checkered flag. Heat 1 goes to Dominic Selzy. Billy Ayton is second. Robbie Price third. Dominic Gordon, Nick Parker, Tyler Thompson, Jake Wheeler, and Levi Klatt. Your winner of Brown & Miller Racing Solutions Heat Race number 1. From Fresno, the Gary Selzy Motorsports number 41, the Kistler Power to Maxim Chassis, sponsored by Selzy Enterprises, Red Rose Transportation, Whipple Superchargers, Redline Oil, and Sparco. Let him hear ya, Dominic Selzy. Heat race number 2 next, sponsored by Chemo's Tropical Car Wash. Chemo's Tropical Car Wash, 3 locations in the greater Reedley area. If you folks are down at one of our NARC races in California, happen to be going through Reedley, go get your car washed after those races. Jim Taves, the owner of Chemo's Tropical Car Washes, former NARC Hammer Down Rookie of the Year. This is how they are lining up for heat race number 2. On the pole, in the Mitri Motorsports 2XM from Redding, California, a shark-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by MitriConstruction.com, Shasta Realty Group, Steve Manning Construction, J1S7 Suspensions, and High Performance Lubricants. It's Max Mitri. And outside of him, it's his teammate, a repeat of our front row from the main event at Chico Saturday, by the way. In the Mitri Motorsports 2X out of Aromas, California, and a Fisher-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by MitriConstruction.com, Yuba Sutter Aviation, North County Plastering, High Performance Lubricants, FK Rod Ends, and TJ Forge. 3 times a winner this season, and your reigning NARC King of the West, Justin Sanders. Starting third in the 21S. First-time visitor from Arlington, Washington, the JRS Motorsports owned Shark-powered XXX chassis. Sponsored by Grinders Automotive and Marine, XXX Raceco, Johansson Mechanical, High Performance Lubricants, J1S7 Suspension, and Pacific Performance Coatings, the 21S, Jesse Schlotfeld. Outside of him, another 21, the 21L, the Bates Hamilton Racing entry from Rio Oso, California. And a Kistler Power to Maxim chassis, sponsored by Specified Pipe, Lipper Construction, Dan Ewert Sales, ADS, Clow Valve, and Lithia Ford and CJD of Roseburg. It's Landon Brooks. Starting 5th in the Robustelli Racing 27C from Medford, and another Power XXX chassis, sponsored by Hard Rock Tops, the Jim Nelson Bigfoot Dwarf Car Race. Tom White Trucking, J&B Racing, and Sheep Shape Farm, it's Camden Robustelli. Outside of him, in the BCCR 121 from Fresno, in a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Tarleton & Son, Arden Construction, Syncal Services, and Bandy & Associates, it's Caden Steele. Starting 7th, in the Stephen Tammy Clark 12J from Windsor, California, Kistler-powered Helix chassis, sponsored by CCI Electrical, Buster Southern Barbecue, Jerry's Valero Gas Station, Van Lair Steering Repair, and Integer Enterprises, it's John Clark. And starting 8th, from Sacramento, the Bell Racing 5501, and a Kistler-powered Helix chassis, sponsored by Clearwater Lights, Simpson Race Products, and Southern Oregon Motorsports, it's Angelique Bell. That is your lineup for Chemo's Tropical Car Wash in race number 2. Mike Jantz, as always, tuned in watching from Washington State there. Hopefully we get to see him at the Dirt Cup here or the last of our fastest 5 days at Elma, Washington at Grace Harbor Raceway on Sunday.
Got a couple more. We added South Carolina, Vermont, Florida, and North Carolina. So we appreciate you messaging on the Southern Oregon Speedway Facebook page as the messages continue to fly in. We appreciate that.
Greg Terribly was tuned in as well from Washington there. So got a lot of folks watching. Of course, this being a midweek race, not much racing happening elsewhere. So excellent opportunity to sit home, relax, and watch some racing here in Oregon this week with the NARC 410 Sprint Car Series as your field is lined up. And as I just mentioned here, they start alongside each other in the main event Saturday night at Chico, and they are alongside each other for this heat race on the front row. Max Mitry on the pole, the 2XM, Justin Sanders outside in the 2X. Virtually identical looking cars. Best way to tell them apart there, just look for that orange M below the X on Mitry's car. Bob Hooker, Dwarf Car Racer, tuned in from Fort Mojave, Arizona. All right, your second heat race. Mitry and Sanders will lead the way. Here we go. And Sanders are at the very top of the racetrack there. What a run off of turn 2. Justin Sanders to the point. He's going to lead a lap 1. Max Mitry, Jesse Schlossman, Caleb Steele. If Brooks finishes top 5, he's going to the dash. Sanders wants to join him there. Jesse Schlossman throws a slider on Brooks for third. Schlossfeld, first-time visitor here. And right now it is all Justin Sanders up front. Leading by about a couple of seconds over Max Mitry. Justin Schlossfeld, Brooks, and Caden Steele, your top 5. Cameron Lobastelli running in 6th, and John Clark behind him. And a problem for Lobastelli, he pulls to the infield. Angelique Bell is did not start. Don't see her out there. I believe she started the heat race here. It is all Justin Sanders. He gets the white flag. Cruising, making his way through 3 and out of 4. Justin Sanders wins Kimo's Tropical Car Wash heat race number 2 over Max Mitry, Jesse Schlossfeld, Landon Brooks, Caden Steele, and John Clark. Picking up where you left off on Saturday night, making it look easy in Kimo's Tropical Car Wash heat race number 2. The Mitry Motorsports 2X from Aromas, California, Fisher Power KPC chassis. Sponsored by MitryConstruction.com, Yuba Sutter Aviation, North County Plastering, High Performance Lubricants, FK Rod-Ins, and TJ Forge. Let him hear you, Justin Sanders. Mike Grainer tuned in as well, Dwarf Car Racer from California. Yes, lots of Dwarf Car Racers tuned in.
Boy, we've got Rick up in Veneta, Oregon. We've got Buffalo, New York. Welcome, Ken, to the broadcast. Kimo watching in Tennessee. We've also got New London, Iowa. Hello, Kimberly. Thank you for messaging in. Also got Sue in New Zealand. We've got James up in Vancouver. Larry in Las Vegas. Man, they're just flowing in here as they watch the broadcast on FloRacing.
Your third and final heat race presented by Wedge High Performance Karts. Wedge Karts is redefining what it means to race. Born from a passion for speed and skill, their fully custom hand-built wedge frame karts are crafted for pure performance. Check them out at wedgekarts.com. Wedge with no E, karts.com. And here is your lineup for your final heat race. On the pole, the Tarleton Motorsports number 21 from Alice Springs, Northern Territories, Australia, in a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Rent, Durst Incorporated, and Factory Cane. First-time visitor here, it's James McFadden. Outside of him, And the Holmes Racing 18T from Jacksonville, Oregon, a rider-powered XXX chassis, sponsored by Legacy Builder Supplies, Shane DeWald Trucking, Oroville Tax, Let's Machinery, Sisters Meat and Smokehouse, and Diamond Roofing. He won this race last year. Can he do it again? Tanner Holmes. Starting third, the Netto Ag 88N from Hanford, California, a rider-powered KPC chassis, sponsored by Netto Ag, Penny Newman Grain, Van de Poel, Smith Tire, Mechanics Choice. Two-time winner this year, DJ Netto. Starting fourth, from right here in White City, Oregon, the Ridgecrest Racing 5K, a Shaver-powered XXX chassis, sponsored by Ridgecrest Homes, Limitless Auto Sales, American Flowtech, and Elevated Auto Works, Blaine Corey. Starting fifth, the Don Bjork 7B from Oroville, California, a Shaver-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Bjork Construction Company, D&J Construction Rental Equipment, Roxy Properties, Fire Protection Management, and Channel Lumber. It's the Shark, Sean Becker. Starting sixth in the BK Motorsports 29 from Campbell, California, a Shaver-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Alviso Rock, Electric Construction Company, Williams Roofing, High Five Pizza, DF Rios, and Kading Performance. Former NARC champion, former USAC Silver Crown champion, Bud Kading. Starting seventh in the Keller Motorsports 2K from Aurora, California. Speedway-powered XXX chassis, sponsored by Bonrock Ford, Dawson Mullen Construction, Legacy of California, Keith Day Trucking, Radon Limousine. It's Gage Garcia. And starting eighth, Heat Motorsports 14 from Fresno, and a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Pacific Boring, M&L Plumbing, and Circle J5 Ranch. It's Mariah Ead. So we get a quick hot lap in. And get the field for Wedge High Performance Karts heat race number 3 together, final heat race of the evening. One of our colleagues from California announcing here, Jason Elijah Jones, tuned in on FloRacing. Elijah, thanks for tuning in. So as I just said here, Wednesday night, not a lot of racing happening elsewhere in the country here.
I mean, selfishly, we'll take it, as I've basically been riding the whole time, trying to keep track. We've got Georgia, New Mexico, Montana, Tennessee, New York, New Jersey. I think I mentioned Iowa already, but we're getting closer to all 50 states.
Yeah, so easily half of them already here and elsewhere in the world here. But yes, taking advantage here. We're taking advantage here of doing some midweek racing here, and got a lot of people tuned in across the country and the globe here. And as we have.
I've got a message here from Brent, and he said it's a little late for him, but he's really enjoying seeing the packed house out here. He said he's got to get up at 5 a.m. tomorrow, and it's 10:58 there, obviously. So let's head back to you, Andrew, as we get ready to start our next heat race.
The Southern Oregon Speedway Toyota Pace vehicle off the track. Nice looking rig there. And your final heat race of the evening for the NARC 410 Sprint Cars. McFadden Holmes lead the way. Underway. McFadden beats Holmes off of turn 2. Making his way around. He's going to lead lap number 1. Holmes, Netto, Becker, and Ead running in 5th right now. Bud Kading makes the pass around Mariah Ead. Mariah Ead tries to turn it back down, back stretch. Bud Kading holds on to the spot. Garcia's got to get around Ead and pick up the spot. And Blaine Corey, he finished top 5. He'd be going to the dash here, but he's at the back of the field right now. So he's in danger of not making the dash. But right now, James McFadden looking to lock himself in. Running in the top spot, Tanner Holmes. Running second for DJ Netto, Sean Becker, and Bud Kading. That's your top 5. With just a handful of laps to go. White flag. One more time around. It's all James McFadden. Making his way through 3. And out of 4, new track, so what? Easily wins. Wedge High Performance Karts heat race number 3. Tanner Holmes, DJ Netto, Sean Becker, Bud Kading, Gage Garcia, Mariah Ead, and Blaine Corey. Your winner of our final heat race presented by Wedge High Performance Karts in the Tarleton Motorsports, number 21 from Alice Springs, Australia, in a Kistler-powered Maxim chassis, sponsored by Tarleton & Son, American Rock and Rent, Durst Incorporated, and Factory Cane. Let him hear ya, James McFadden. We're going to find out where our dash drivers are going to line up for the Beacon Wealth Strategies Raymond James Trophy Dash later on. Winner of that dash is going to throw another Frisbee up into the crowd. Someone's going to win $100 from Beacon Wealth Strategies here. And then we'll have another heat race, I believe, for the Focus Midgets coming up here. Again, a complete invert of their lineup from the first go-around. And Jason, I'll go ahead and turn things over to you.
Yeah, I want to say hello to Darren. Darren's watching in South Dakota. I think that's our first check-in from the Dakotas, so we appreciate that. And appreciate all of you who are watching on FloRacing. Our latest 50-50 update was over $1,200, $1,248 at last check-in with TNT Cheers, so make sure you grab those 50-50 tickets. If you're here in the building with us tonight, we've got 3 different beer booths open for you. There's one located down to the west end of the grandstand next to the men's restroom. There's also the beer booth, Columbia Distributing beer booth, and then there's cans available. So draft beer to the west, both in the middle, and then cans available to the east. We've also got Diamond House Barbecue serving up some pulled pork sandwiches down there at the east end of the grandstand, so make sure you get down there. Conabento serving up plenty of great food. You've got Papa John's Pizza in the souvenir stand located next to the Columbia Distributing beer booth. So plenty of options. We've also got the Southern Oregon Speedway hats, t-shirts, and sweatshirts available. You got the die-cast race cars in there, popcorn, candy, iced coffees if you need a little pick-me-up. If you got up early like I did this morning, had to be to work, you know, when the sun's coming up. Plenty of iced coffees available in there for you. Pepsi products, waters, as well as our flagger shows. And the rolled up green index finger is in the air. Going to be Gary Wagoner on the pole. Tyler Luce on the outside of row number 1. Thomas Beck in the 91 car starting on the inside of row number 2. It'll be Doug Davenport on the outside of row 2. Michael Volbrecht on the inside of row 3. Randy Schaff on the outside in the 23 car. It'll be Ashley Thompson on the inside of row 4. On the outside, Shane Smith. Inside row 5, Chad Kincaid. And on the outside, it'll be Brad Pritchard. And Nick Evans, your 11th car in the lineup, driving car number 4. Put it on the field during heat race number 1. Green flag is in the air. We're underway. Our second heat with a full invert here. As we're 3 wide out of turn number 2 and a couple of cars charging towards the front. Now a couple of these Northwest Focus midgets working the bottom side of the racetrack. Your leader after lap number 1 going to be Tyler Luce at the flag stand. Doug Davenport second. Volbrecht running in third, and a whole host of cars there in the middle of the field as they're 3 wide again coming out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway as they bomb into turn number 3. Meanwhile, Luce working his way down the front straightaway, and he'll check off lap number 2. So a battle shaping up there for second as Davenport and Volbrecht battling through 3 and 4. Past the flag stand. Tyler Luce still your leader. Doug Davenport still holding it down in second. Third is Volbrecht. That's your top 3. Meanwhile, a battle is shaping up there for 4th as they run the low side of the racetrack. And here comes the 24 machine of Nick Evans, your winner of heat race number 1, as he charges his way towards the front. Is over to overtake the car and has worked his way into 4th. So just 3 cars up ahead of him as Tyler Luce works his way out of turn number 4. 5 laps complete, 3 more to go. Luce with an advantage just over 1 second, and a battle shaping up for 3rd as Nick Evans starts to close in on the 4 car of Michael Volbrecht. Evans going to take a peek down low, and he will get underneath Michael Volbrecht in the number 4 car. And then Volbrecht crosses him up. But Evans gets around the outside as they go into turn number 3. White flag in the air for Tyler Luce and 1 more trip around the speedway. So Luce with a commanding lead over a second as they pass the flag stand. The field starts to space out just a bit. Battle back there for 5th. As Luce will take the checkered flag, and he is your race winner. Going to be Doug Davenport 2nd, Nick Evans 3rd, Volbrecht going to finish 4th, Randy Schaff in 5th. It'll be Shane Smith 6th, Chad Kincaid 7th, Brad Pritchard finishing 8th, Ashley Thompson 9th, Gary Wagoner 10th, and Thomas Beck in 11th, rounding out the field.
We got Rick Hayes watching on FloRacing as well. Not here with us tonight, but he's going to be with us the next 3 nights there in person. Former sprint car racer Braden Etchison, kids are keeping him busy, but he's able to watch on Flo himself here. But nice job, Tyler Luce, after having issues at the end of that first heat race. So a little bit of a bounce back for the In-Laws 32 there. He's the guest driver this week. Alex Peck has been in the car. Ashley Thompson drove the car earlier this year as well, but that 32 car usually pretty competitive.
Yeah, Nick Evans, man, he was on fire, working his way from the back of the field all the way up to third. Great finish for Nick Evans. Keep an eye on the 24 car later on when we get to the feature here. And just a moment here to catch our breath a little bit.
Yeah, so we got, all we have left is a 6-lap trophy dash. Our first be tossing our dash winner, then a pair of main events here, our Northwest Focus Midget Series feature and our 30-lap NARC 410 Sprint Car main event there. And tough break for Thomas Beck. First time racing the midget on dirt, I believe. He moved out here from Pennsylvania. There, we used to run late models there and got Focus midget out here, run a few asphalt races up, I believe at the South Sound Speedway, and now trying dirt here, but unfortunately that car, the 91, not running here. He gets a push off the track. And beautiful evening, thankfully not as hot as it was yesterday around here in the Medford area. For those watching on FloRacing not familiar with where we are towards the southwest corner of Oregon, not very far off of I-5. And once you're on I-5, you're 30 minutes or so from California, give you an idea of where we are at. And a chance here, while we have a moment, to talk about the remaining races here with the fastest 5 days in motorsports here. This is race number 1. And tomorrow night, we just mentioned our buddy Josh Tomlinson. I'll be hanging out with him tomorrow at the Douglas County Dirt Track in Roseburg. Then Friday, we go up to Cottage Grove Speedway. We visit Heather Boyce and Company there, just south of Eugene. That's our Friday night stop. Saturday, we go to Willamette Speedway in Lebanon. That's just outside of Salem. And then the next day, we cross the Columbia River and go to Grays Harbor Raceway for the Timber Cup in Elma, Washington. There, Father's Day Sunday. There, that's our 5 races that we have for the fast.